So here's a how-to on how to remove the part of the front end on a 2014 Sierra, and by this I mean the painted trim right below the headlights and grille, the grille, and this will give you access to removing the headlights or changing the turn signal bulb, whatever you may need. So as you can see, I already started because I was trying to make a video, got this far, and then I got a phone call, so video got cut off, and I realized that some parts apparently didn't record, so I'm just going to restart from here. Like, first off, we removed the guard that sits right above the grille and the headlights, the little dust cover, I think it is, which is this. All you really got to do to remove it is you remove the little pull pins from these little from all these locations across the whole cover. And so after that, you're going to want to remove this painted trim. The reason why you got to remove the top part and the trim to be able to remove the grille first, and then after you remove the grille, then you'll be able to pull out the headlights, is because they all cover bolts or whatnot to other pieces. After you remove the cover up top, you'll have access to two screws per headlights. These are going to be 10 millimeters each, and you will have access to four 4 of the 10 millimeter bolts. You'll have access to 4 of the 8 10 millimeter bolts that hold the grille in place. You'll also need to remove 2 7 millimeter bolts from each wheel well, which can be found right here and hidden right up here. As you can see, I've already removed them, and those hold the plastic trim piece in place. And to get the trim piece into this position as I have it, you'll have to, once you have those 2 screws out, you've got to pull back on this black plastic piece right here, the black plastic trim around the fender wells. Try not to pull too hard, as you don't want to break the clips back here. Maybe you do. I don't know what you do with your day. But you want to pull back on that and then yank the painted trim out. After you get that done on both ends, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and get on the ground. I recommend getting one of these, a little crawler. I got it from Harbor Freight, 20 bucks. Best thing I ever paid for. And what you're gonna have to do to pull the trim off, the painted trim off from this point on, is you're gonna have to reach up. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, way back there. Little tabs that you're gonna have to push up on the painted part, and when you're pushing up on the painted part from below, or from behind the grille, or bumper rather, you're gonna have to go ahead and pull away from the truck on the trim so that it comes free. So let's go ahead and try to prop this phone right up so you can see how I do at least one of them. There you go. Just gonna push up on this and just pull out and away on the trim. You're going to do the same thing for all of them until the trim wants to come free, but be careful, because the last thing you want is to have your painted trim piece fall to the ground and get scratched up, break, or damaged in any way, because then you're going to either have to get a new painted piece or get it repainted if you get it scratched up too bad. Or that's only if you're as OCD as I am and you don't want any kind of real damage to it. If you've got a grill guard, a little bumper guard like me, this could be a little bit more aggravating, but it can also help you out when you go and remove it, because it's going to catch painted trim. So now we're at this point. Sorry for the bad lighting, but I don't have time to do this until the night most of the time, so can't really do much about it. Next, you're going to want to remove the grill. So you've got 4 of your 10mm bolts. I've already loosened the top ones. And I pulled one out already. I'm going to go ahead and pull these right out. Drop them in your little cup full of stuff. It's always a good idea to have that around. I pulled out, you got those 4 up top, and you're going to have, on the bottom, you're going to have 1. Then 2. 1 right there. And then down a little ways. You're going to have to reach in right there. Now, if you don't have a bumper guard like I do, this is a lot easier. But if you do have a bumper guard like me, it's a pain in the ass. And then you've got your last 10mm right there. I've already pulled the 2 corner ones out. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull these 2 out, which I need this freakishly long ghetto rigged ratchet to get mine out. So I'll put you down for a second. Alright, and so next, now that we've got all 8 bolts removed, all 8 of the 10mm bolts removed from the grill, you can go ahead and lift up. All you'll do is you'll lift up on the grill and away. So, don't really have anywhere to place you. Let's try this. Not really sure what kind of a camera view this is, but hopefully it's good. So, go ahead and pull up and away. And here's your grill. Now that you have your grill removed, you have access to radiator. Everything's clean, everything's open. After a couple miles, you start finding little things like leaves or bugs. Cleaned all the bugs out of mine last week when I pulled this off. And now you'll have access to 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 bolts to your headlights to be able to pull them out. And that's about it. Oh, wait, one more thing. There's a little clip on these headlights. Mine are covered and don't really work anymore. You can kind of see it over. No, you can't.